Swami Sharanam. Remember photos of Prime Minister and Tiger River saving nature. Here, child, have some rice. I will just take your ancestral land for generations of profit. how Adani has been awarded 1 acre, 1 rupee for so many years. And in turn, he will have mines. Through mines, he will generate power, and he is going to sell the power at 7 rupees or 8 rupees for spending 1 rupee. And all the project costs, again, you know how Adani involves banks, and you have seen the recent American funding. Now, the radiation effects on trees, just running through. 2006, German scientists in Bamberg, and in the name of development, how they are going to destroy. Researchers studied 120 trees across both cities. 60 damaged trees near cell towers, 30 random trees. They measured electromagnetic radiation at 144 different locations and created a detailed radiation map. One-sided damage on the side facing the tower, progressive deterioration over time, clear radiation exposure correlation, eventual full tree death. The radiation effect on trees, how it is going. Trees in low radiation areas. The statistical analysis was clear. Electromagnetic radiation from cell phone towers is harmful to living organisms. And how to control it? How to minimize it? If cell tower radiation can visibly kill sturdy trees with thick bark and robust cellular structures, what is it doing to your children's developing brains, your body's cells during constant exposure, wildlife and ecosystems around towers? Trees can't move away from the radiation source. They show us the cumulative effects of constant exposure over years. What will happen? Same radiation, how it is going to affect Hyderabad. Hyderabad will be gone after naval radar. It's call to save Damagundam. Will Navy's BLF station sound death knell for verdant Vikarabad forest? I've shown you the effects of radiations, what their studies are. Quote is not confirming whether it is extremely low frequency or very low frequency. How dangerous these extreme low frequency waves are, I've shown you. It will travel thousands of kilometers, and the entire 2,700 acres, that is Ramalingeshwara Swami temple land, RSS and all those Hindu followers are silent. They say nation security. Nation means people, we. But what about our security? Our present and future? Where will our children go? How they have to survive? Is national security means our security, people's security, people's present, citizens present, and future important? VLF is already there. 100 kilometers radius in Tamil Nadu. Then why at Vikarabad? They have changed Ramalingeshwar Swami's temple land to forest. Is it not a conspiracy during Telangana agitation? So it is mind-blowing how our Telangana leaders, including the present government, allowing such devastation or destruction. That is why my question to them is, we are all for security. Security means at the cost of people, the present of the people and future. This is what they have to. If there was something good, do you think Chandrababu Naidu would have kept quiet? As he is boasting with data centers, that is also going to affect. I've shown you in Vizag a lot, because world over, America to all other countries, they have shunned. Now we are trying to import just for the sake of money from these corporates. Now here, Navy, it is a conspiracy. I'm telling you, in 2008, when Telangana agitation started, the rulers meticulously, they wanted to kill Hyderabad. Why again I am saying, southwest winds will come from Vikarabad, that forest area. That is will affect Hyderabad forever if that forest is gone. Musi takes birth there. If I am wrong, correct me. My number is 9440465339. All those loud cheers. They said we will relocate. Afforestation, where is it? urban forestation, when you are killing these trees, removing these trees, hundreds of years old with that soil, can you reproduce that soil so that you have such trees there again? Medically important trees. The only river which takes origin is in this region, Vikarabad, Musi, Uchikandi. They call with so many. What about that? And what about the water which comes with all that medicinal qualities, and that air and that cover which is protecting not just Vikarabad but Hyderabad? What will happen to that? I'm challenging. Come on, let us discuss. The courts, that's what I said. Collegium, I'm going to show you how Supreme Court bends to the powers, whether it is the development or destruction. Supreme Court has to say. Those judges, if you leave behind this type of hypocrisy, what will happen to the future of your own family tomorrow? Where will they survive? Where will they go? Hasdeo, Chhattisgarh jungle, central India's lung space, in the name of development, giving that entire area to Adani, except Gujaratis, Adani and Ambani, and Gujaratis rule Modi and Amit Shah. RSS, I am challenging you, come and prove that this is for the welfare of entire India. And here, the Hindu temples' land have been taken away. Why RSS is keeping quiet? Why those Hindu followers are keeping quiet? Why are you not agitating? Is this not the temple land, Ramalingeshwara temple? Rama. The Rama's name is already there. So I'm just showing you how difficult it will be. And see, this is the Hasdeo forest. Listen.
The Hasdeo forest, known as the lungs of central India, has historically been an ecologically sensitive and biodiverse region, but in recent years, it has become a major conflict zone due to the push for coal mining, sparking ongoing protests by local tribal communities and environmental activists. Past, ecological significance and initial protections. Historically, Hasdeo Arand has been a vital ecosystem and a cultural lifeline for indigenous communities. 1. Biodiversity hotspot.
It is already there, so I'm pausing it for lack of time. And now see in the recent orders how.
In a recent order, the Chhattisgarh High Court upheld the cancellation of community forest rights, CFR, for villages in the Hasdeo Arand forest, stating the 2013 grant was a mistake, since mining clearances had been given in 2012. The court declared the initial grant void ab initio and dismissed a petition challenging its revocation, which affects the Parsa East and Kate Basin coal mines. 1. HCT decision. The Chhattisgarh High Court dismissed a petition from the Hasdeo Arand Bachao Sangharsh Samiti and other villages challenging the 2016 revocation of their community forest rights, CFR, in the Hasdeo Arand forest.
So forest right means all tribals that living in that area.
The 2013 CFR.
They are giving it to one Adani. How good is this? See how beautiful this area is. Now after mining, what is the... See, after mining. And Chhattisgarh High Court, all these judges are upholding such type of decisions. They say this is development. Whether you want this type of development, remove all trees and all. Again, center reviewing Supreme Court ruling on forest laws and tribal housing, says ministers. Tribal Affairs Minister said we need to ensure that flagship programs like PM. What is PM? Who is PM Swami? He is an elected representative always. And this is not his personal land. This land belongs to every citizen of India. PM Janman and Dajgua, all this. See, environmental clearance was a must. Now they have removed, stating that it is hampering the development, breaking the rules on the reversing of Vanashakti ruling. The majority decision by a bench of the Supreme Court to reverse its May 2025 order, which had stayed the grant of post facto environmental clearances, illustrates the difficulty of dealing with seemingly irreversible consequences of a much abused law. The controversy is also about the form of Environment Ministry's instruments that normalize those exceptions. The Environment Protection Act 1986 and EIA notifications of 1994 and 2006 are framed around prior environmental clearance, which means that large construction and industrial projects must not start work until an authority has assessed their consequences. Decisions by the... Because why you need to have such discussions? Environment impact assessment. environment clearances, and right from panchayats, from where you want to take the land, there should be hearing. If it is going to be for the betterment of that entire village, that region, why are you shying away from having hearings? What is that great urgency? This is what I'm questioning Modi, Amit Shah, and RSS. And equally, Congress, UPA also, even your part and parcel in 2012. What is your policy? You are talking about Adani. But is it not Congress also which has allowed such type of amendments in these laws to remove forests in the name of development? But it is actually destruction. Whose development? Mine and everyone's. Is it happening? By destroying destruction forests, you are removing the lung space of free oxygen, water, polluting the air as well as groundwater. And in doing so, the weather is changing, the climate is changing, abnormal temperatures, and the cloudburst rains and extreme heat. Because you are trying to remove natural trees. That is why we are saluting that Padma Shri Amma, and I am trying to highlight and sensitize our people. Everything is there. How many I have to show you? Now I will show you the importance of trees and forests.
Trees, forests, and green cover provide a vast range of essential environmental, economic, and social benefits to the planet and humanity. Environmental utilities. 1. Air quality and oxygen production. Trees produce the oxygen humans and animals need to breathe through photosynthesis and act as natural filters, absorbing pollutants such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter from the air. 2. Climate regulation. Forests are vital carbon sinks, absorbing and storing vast amounts of carbon dioxide, which helps mitigate climate change and regulate global temperatures. They also cool local environments through shade and evapotranspiration, which helps to reduce the urban heat island effect. 3. Water cycle and quality. Trees play a crucial role in the water cycle by intercepting rainwater, promoting groundwater recharge, and filtering pollutants, which helps ensure a supply of clean fresh water. 4. Soil conservation. The intricate root systems of trees bind the soil together, preventing soil erosion, landslides, and reducing the effects of flooding by slowing down water runoff. And 5. Biodiversity support. Forests are home to over 80% of the world's terrestrial biodiversity, providing essential habitats, food, and protection for a vast array of plant and animal species. Economic utilities. 1. Products and resources. Trees provide essential raw materials like timber for construction and furniture, wood pulp for paper, fruits, nuts, rubber, and medicinal plants. 2. Energy and cost savings. Well-placed trees can reduce building cooling costs in the summer by providing shade, which in turn lowers energy consumption and associated emissions. 3. Livelihoods and tourism. Forests support the livelihoods of millions of people worldwide, including many indigenous communities. They also drive economic benefits through tourism and recreation sectors. And 4. Property value. The presence of mature, healthy trees and well-maintained green spaces can increase residential and commercial property values. Social and health utilities. 1. Physical and mental health. Spending time in green spaces is linked to reduced stress, anxiety, and depression, and improved mood and cognitive function. They also encourage physical activity and social interaction. 2. Community building. Urban parks and green areas serve as essential spaces for community gathering, recreation, and education. And 3. Noise reduction. Trees and vegetation help to muffle noise from nearby traffic and urban activity, creating a more peaceful environment.
So this is in a nutshell. On one side, they are removing natural forests in the name of development, and they are allowing Ambani to develop forests. Now you see, and the jungle. How Modi is there enjoying their Ambanis. See the duplicity. All those who are supporting Modi, Amit Shah, and this government, RSS, now you have to answer. On one side, it's allowing the private Ambani tomorrow. The oxygen will become more costly. this space, the greenery. So he is allowing Ambani to set up artificial forests, and the other side, the name of development, destroying natural forests, like whether it is Chhattisgarh to Adani and Bihar at 1 rupee per acre, and also earmarking Vikarabad, Damagundam forest for naval radar, saying national security. Nation means people. Our security is more important or radar. So this is the duplicity, my dear Indians. Understand. If you don't protest, if you don't act, there will be nothing left for the present, and there will be nothing left for your children tomorrow, the future, because they will destroy everything. And by creating this artificial, private, corporate forests, you will be enslaved for the sake of oxygen, because the entire construction will destroy the winds coming from, example, southwest wind from Vikarabad. There is no forest. Musi is gone, water is gone, the temperatures will increase. So your survival will become difficult, and all these fellows nurturing natural forests, destroying natural forests and nurturing Vantara, they will try to destroy you. That is why salute this mother, and you see, just remember this. Here, child, have some rice. I will just take your ancestral land for generations for profit. Shameless. That is why, see, the Environment Ministry has approved a dam in Madhya Pradesh, submerging the forest corridor that links Satpura and Melghat. This comes despite NTCA's warning that project will destroy a vital tiger passage. Here, Modi is enjoying those animals, but here he is allowing them to be destroyed because it is public property. So here is Modi. He is enjoying because it is Ambani's. He is allowing them to build such type of artificial forests with all those animals. It's a big thing. Now he also will be on the radar. How they have allowed import of such animals, rare species. The world also, they have given notice to Ambara and Supreme Court. See, they are not allowing anyone to do a show on Vantara. I am going to do a show because this collegium will be exposed, Supreme Court collegium and the judges collegium at High Courts and Supreme Court. And here I have shown you how betrayal, signed and sealed. The Environment Ministry has approved a dam in Madhya Pradesh, submerging the forest corridor that links Satpura and Melghat. This comes despite the NTCA's warning that the project will destroy a vital tiger passage, where he is enjoying the same tigers in Ambani's forest, Vantara. That is why this Gujarati government is only for Gujaratis. That's what I'm saying. If it is for the entire nature, they will never ever touch forests anywhere, and then they will never ever allow 1 rupee per acre for Adani or allow Ambani to develop artificial forest. Whereas by killing or destroying the natural forest, whether it is Chhattisgarh or Telangana, many parts of Orissa, for the sake of mining, they say energy. Who needs such type of energy at the cost of your present and future? So, my dear, that is why I'm dedicating this show to this Amma, who is my hero in of this day. Remember her, what she has done, how she has created. And here we are destroying. So she's my heroine of the day, inspiration. What a woman can do will be better to hear with another great woman's words.
or locked into this pathetic art of money making by speculating and playing casino and thinking we are creating wealth when all we are doing is creating fictions and using those fictions to take wealth away from that poor peasant in India or Africa through land grab, or food away from that poor child by speculating on food. That's why sustainability must come back to sustenance of life. Sustenance is the root of sustainability. Sustenance means conditions of living. Well, to me, stopping violence is the direction of sustainability. Because non-sustainability is violence against the earth. After all, it's a very violent society. If 80 men who could fit in a bus control the wealth of half of humanity, and if it continues this way, those 80 men in that one bus will control the wealth of all of humanity. That wealth comes originally from nature and people. My message for the women in this world is, we have the power. It's a different kind of power. It's power in peaceful form. It's power in deep determination. We have to lead and have been leading the ending of the war against nature and the ending of the war against women, against our children, against the future generations. So what can men learn from women? The amazing culture of creating abundance through sharing and caring. The two values that have been absolutely expelled from the economic discourse. But women are bringing it back. And economics of caring is what women are talking about. We are now locked into this pathetic art of money making by speculating and playing casino and thinking we are creating wealth when all we are doing is creating fictions and using those fictions to take wealth away from that poor peasant in India or Africa through land grab, or food away from that poor child by speculating on food. That's why sustainability must come back to sustenance of life. Sustenance is the root of sustainability. Sustenance means conditions of living. Well, to me, stopping violence is the direction of sustainability. Because non-sustainability is violence against the earth. After all, it's a very violent society. If 80 men who could fit in a bus control the wealth of half of humanity, and if it continues this way, those 80 men in that one bus will control the wealth of all of humanity. That wealth comes originally from nature and people. My message for the women in this world is, we have the power. It's a different kind of power. It's power in peaceful form. It's power in deep determination. We have to lead and have been leading the ending of the war against nature and the ending of the war against women, against our children, against the future generations. So what can men learn from women? The amazing culture of creating abundance through sharing and caring. The two values that have been absolutely expelled from the economic discourse. But women are bringing it back. And economics of caring is what women are talking about. We are now locked.
So the economics of caring, that's what, before I say bye, I'll try to show you this. Remember this, here child have some rice, I will just take your ancestral land for generations of profit. And then, we try to salute that great woman once again. May her soul rest in peace. She should be an inspiration for the present and future. Development, not with the destruction of forest, green cover, water bodies. It should be in larger public interest with proper environmental clearances, with proper studies on environment impact assessments, involving people right from panchayats to the cities where this land matters, where this development matters. They should be the ones, not Adanis and Ambanis, through these electoral bonds, funding only one political party, and how Election Commission of India, through that, and are controlling the entire media or their channels and saying this is sustainable democracy. Is it people participatory constitutional democracy? Resources belong to every citizen. So, wake up call for all the citizens. If you don't, your present is in danger, there will be nothing left for the future of your own children. You have seen how Vantara and how our Prime Minister is going to Vantara and enjoying instead of going to Hasdeo forest, natural forest, lung space for central India, or coming to Vikarabad forest, Vikarabad ki dawa, Marizon ki hawa, so much of oxygen, trying to save them. If the Prime Minister goes and enjoys in Vantara, what is the message he is giving? And his followers and all those RSS, you need to, Ramalingeshwara forest, temple land, you are not protecting, nor you are trying to understand what is going to happen to the future of India. I leave it here. Anyone having anything against, you are most welcome. My number is 94404-65339. I will connect from wherever you are, provided you have all the evidences like what I am trying to do. And Supreme Court, Collegium and High Courts, it's a wake-up call. People will come back. And your own families will start questioning you once you go back home. What is the judgment you have given? Months ago, you said we need to protect forests. And all of a sudden, you say, in the name of destruction, development, destruction is allowed. Environment clearance is taking time. So all those projects, you say it is in public interest, but invested by the corporates for their own interest. If it is public interest, how is that Supreme Court of India? Public are not getting convinced. Even if one doesn't get convinced, it is your right to see that that one is understood. Only then the development activity should start. Otherwise, the name of national security, nation means people, our own forests and our security of future of Hyderabad is in doldrums. At least now people understand, citizens understand. They will start rising. Every school, every college should salute this wonderful woman, what she has done with the wonderful trees and how she could create such type of transformation. And she has been awarded Padma Shri. When you have awarded Padma Shri, my dear Modi and government, you should come up and live up to the expectations of your own decision making in regards to environment. Thank you to support DRTSPR channels, citizens DRTSPR channel, and environment people DRTSPR channels. They're all in larger public interest only. And how WhatsApp is trying to restrict my sharing. What am I sharing? Am I not sharing something which is purposeful, useful, and that too with lot of evidences? So people start questioning these fellows, these corporates, to go down. How they have gone down to Trump as soon as he came back to power. You have seen Facebook kneeling down, which controls WhatsApp. Shamelessly, they are trying to restrict our shows, which are as per rule of law, constitution, invoking evidence. Thank you very much. Jai Telangana, Jai Hind, and Swami Sharanam.